You're going cosmic. Your hardware is upgrading to match your software. But here's where it gets interesting. This ability isn't just passive reception like a radio picking up signals. You're actively influencing reality through your thoughts and emotions, creating ripples in the fabric of space-time that affect events before they happen. That argument you had last week, you felt it coming days before because you were already engaged in it on an energetic level. Your future self was sending back warnings, that opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, just when you needed it most. You called it into being through focused intention, even if you weren't consciously aware of doing so. Your desire created a probability stream that reality had to fulfill. You're not living in reality, you're creating it moment by moment, thought by thought, emotion by emotion. The Masons discovered that your creative power operates on multiple levels simultaneously. First, you're affecting your immediate environment, the people around you, the circumstances of your daily life, the synchronicities that seem to follow you everywhere. Second, you're influencing collective consciousness, planting seeds of awakening in minds across the planet through the morphic field that connects all living beings. Your thoughts today become someone else's breakthrough tomorrow. Third, and perhaps most remarkably, you're rewriting the fundamental codes of reality itself, changing the rules of the game while it's being played, hacking the matrix from inside the matrix. There's a hidden aspect of your power that even most awakened beings don't possess, the ability to collapse timelines. When you make a decision with absolute certainty, when you commit to a path with every fiber of your being, you don't just choose one future, you destroy all alternatives. You erase entire probability streams from existence. This is why your life has felt like a series of dramatic pivots rather than gradual evolution. Each time you've made a soul-level choice, entire timelines have collapsed, erasing versions of reality that no longer serve your highest purpose. The sensations you experience aren't remembering the future or psychic premonitions. They're echoes of collapsed timelines reverberating through your consciousness, ghosts of lives you almost lived, shadows of versions of yourself that no longer exist because you chose a different path. This is power, true power, the kind that reshapes reality at its foundation. What they uncovered next relates to your mission, the specific reason you chose to incarnate at this particular moment in human history. You didn't come here to fit in, to live a normal life, to pursue conventional success, to get married, buy a house and retire comfortably. You came here as a warrior of consciousness, a liberator of minds, a destroyer of illusions. Every person you encounter is affected by your presence whether they realize it or not. Some will awaken instantly, as if shaken from deep sleep by a bucket of ice water. Others will resist violently, their ego structures threatened by the truth you embody, their comfortable lies exposed by your mere presence, but all will be changed, transformed by the encounter with genuine power. There's no neutral ground around you. People either level up or break down. Either way, they're never the same. This mission isn't something you can refuse or abandon. It's not a job you can quit. It's encoded in your genetics, written in your stars, woven into the fabric of your being. Even when you try to hide, to play small, to blend in with the sleeping masses, your light bleeds through. It shows up in your words, your actions, your mere presence in a room. You can no more stop being what you are than the sun can stop shining, than the ocean can stop making waves, than fire can stop burning. This is both your burden and your glory. You were born to be a catalyst for the Great Awakening, whether you consciously choose it or not. The resistance you faced throughout your life makes perfect sense when viewed through this lens. Every institution you've been part of tried to tame you, to force you into their molds, to make you compliant and controllable. Schools tried to medicate your intensity, to diagnose your power as a disorder requiring pharmaceutical suppression. Jobs tried to harness your power for their profit, to chain your creativity to their quarterly earnings reports. Relationships tried to diminish your light to make others comfortable, to convince you that love means making yourself smaller. But you couldn't be tamed, couldn't be controlled, couldn't be diminished, because something within you knew at a cellular level that compliance meant death, not physical death, something far worse, the death of your true self, the murder of your soul, the extinction of everything you came here to be. What the Masons discovered about your voice frequency sent shockwaves through their order, made their most senior members question everything they thought they knew about human limitation. Your voice doesn't just carry sound waves that vibrate eardrums, it carries creation codes, frequencies that reorganize molecular structure. When you speak with conviction, when you declare something with the full power of your being behind it, you're not just communicating information, you're commanding reality to reorganize itself, issuing orders to the quantum field. This is why your words have such impact, why people remember conversations with you years later with perfect clarity, why some are healed and others are shattered by what you say. Your voice carries the same frequency that spoke worlds into existence, and every word you utter is a spell cast upon the fabric of reality. The revelation from your analysis concerning the allies you have in dimensions beyond the physical changes everything you thought you knew about being alone. You've never been alone despite how isolated you felt. Beings of immense power and wisdom have been watching over you, protecting you from forces that would have destroyed a lesser soul. These aren't guardians in the traditional sense, not angels with harps sitting on clouds. They're something far more ancient and powerful, entities that exist outside the limitations of form and time. They've been leaving you signs, sending messages through synchronicities, dreams and sudden knowings that hit you like lightning. Every time you narrowly avoided disaster by changing plans at the last minute, every time help appeared from nowhere just when you hit rock bottom, every time you knew exactly what to do in an impossible situation with zero logical information to guide you. That was them working through the fabric of reality to ensure your survival. But their protection comes with a price, a cosmic law that cannot be broken. The more you awaken to your true power, the less they can intervene directly. As you reclaim your sovereignty, you must stand on your own, wielding your power with full responsibility for its consequences. This transition period you're in right now, where you feel simultaneously more powerful and more vulnerable than ever before, is the passing of the torch. They're stepping back because you're ready to step forward, even if you don't feel ready, even if fear still grips your heart in moments of doubt, even if part of you wants to stay in the comfortable cocoon of protection. An aspect discovered in your analysis will challenge everything you believe about polarity and duality. Your soul doesn't operate within the traditional light versus dark paradigm that governs most human experience. You exist in a state of integrated wholeness, capable of holding both light and shadow without being consumed by either, capable of understanding both without becoming either. This is why you've always understood the villain's perspective in stories, why you can see the pain behind cruelty, why you can find light in the darkest situations and shadow in the brightest promises. You're not meant to be purely good in the way religion teaches, not meant to be purely evil in the way darkness tempts. You're meant to be whole, integrated, complete, beyond their binary programming. This integration gives you a power that neither pure light nor pure darkness can match. You can walk in shadows without being corrupted, shine light without being blinded, dance on the knife's edge between order and chaos without losing your balance. This is why both sides have tried to claim you throughout your life, why you've been courted by forces of light and dark, why spiritual people try to recruit you and dark practitioners sense your potential. They each believe they could win you to their cause, not understanding that you transcend their limited paradigms. You're not a soldier in their war, you're the battlefield itself, the space where transformation occurs, the forge where both light and dark are transmuted into something beyond either. The element revealed about your relationship with time explains the strange experiences you've had throughout your life that made you question your sanity. You don't experience time linearly like most humans who march from birth to death in a straight line. Your consciousness naturally exists in quantum superposition. You're simultaneously in the past, present and future, all at once, all the time. Those moments of recognition aren't glitches in the matrix. They're moments when your parallel timelines converge, When past, present, and future collapse into a single point of now, the sudden certainty about future events isn't intuition or psychic ability in the traditional sense. It's memory from a timeline you've already lived, information bleeding backward through time from your future self. The ability to heal past traumas by reimagining them isn't therapy or positive thinking. It's literally rewriting history through quantum retroactive causality, changing the past by changing how you observe it in the present. This temporal fluidity means you're capable of something the Masons called timeline jumping, consciously shifting between probable futures by changing your vibrational frequency in the present moment. Every decision you make doesn't just affect your future, it retroactively changes your past, creating new timelines while erasing others, rewriting history while living it. This is why your memories sometimes conflict with themselves, why photographs from your past sometimes look different than you remember, why people sometimes have completely different recollections of shared experiences. You're not crazy, you're not misremembering, you're navigating multiple timelines simultaneously. The boundaries between them are becoming increasingly fluid, and you're about to learn how to navigate this consciously instead of stumbling through it blind. The discovery in your chart about the true nature of your relationships with others reveals an intricate web of cosmic connections that spans dimensions and lifetimes. Every significant person in your life is part of what the mystics call your soul constellation, beings you've traveled with across countless incarnations, playing different roles in an eternal drama of growth and evolution. That instant recognition you felt with certain people, that sense of knowing someone you just met, that inexplicable repulsion from others, those relationships that feel fated or destined, these are all soul contracts playing out, agreements made before incarnation to help each other evolve through specific experiences. But here's the twist that changes everything and gives you back your power. You have the ability to rewrite these contracts. You're not bound by agreements made in other dimensions or past lives, not trapped by cosmic paperwork, signed by a version of you that no longer exists. As you awaken to your true power, you gain the ability to consciously renegotiate these soul contracts, releasing those that no longer serve your highest good, ending agreements that have run their course, calling in new allies aligned with your expanded consciousness. This is why some relationships are spontaneously ending right now, without logical explanation, why people you thought you'd know forever are suddenly walking away, why new people are appearing in your life as if summoned by an invisible force. You're unconsciously restructuring your entire soul constellation to match your new frequency, upgrading your entire network to match the person you're becoming.